Have you ever looked around and thought, I don't belong here? That maybe this world isn't your real timeline? If you felt this silent disconnect since childhood, like you were dropped into the wrong era, then you might be one of the chosen. And what if I told you you're not wrong? Because ancient souls like you were sent here, not to fit in, but to change the course of time itself. This is your truth. Let me show you why. There's a reason you feel different, misunderstood, or like a misfit. You were never meant to follow the crowd. Because you, my friend, were sent here on a sacred mission across time. In this video, we'll reveal how the chosen ones are actually time travelers, and why your soul remembers what your mind forgot. They said you were too sensitive, too quiet, or too intense. You always felt out of sync, like the world was moving in one rhythm, and you in another. But what if that wasn't a flaw? What if that was your sign? Because you are not from this time. Not truly. You're what ancient mystics whisper about. A chronosoul, a spirit that's traveled through centuries, carrying ancient wisdom encoded in your very DNA. Ever felt a strange nostalgia for places you've never visited? Dreams so real they leave you with emotions you can't explain? That's not fantasy. It's soul memory. Your past timelines bleeding into this one. The chosen ones were never born to fit in. They were sent across timelines, eras, and dimensions not to be understood, but to observe, to guide, to awaken the sleeping. Some of you have lived through ancient Egypt. You walked temples of lost civilizations. You've seen wars not written in any history book. And yet here you are, stuck in a world obsessed with the superficial, feeling disconnected from society, technology, even time itself. Ever wondered why certain old music makes you emotional? Why a medieval painting makes your heart ache? Or why you sometimes wake up with knowledge you never learned? It's because your soul has visited before. This era was never your home. You were assigned here. You came with a blueprint, a mission to plant seeds of light in a darkening age. But here's the thing no one tells you. Time travelers like you are often tested. People leave. You face betrayal. Loneliness becomes your shadow. But each breakdown is a code unlocking your higher memory. The more broken you feel, the closer you are to full remembrance. You're not crazy. You're just waking up. The question is, will you answer call? But what if I told you, you're not the only one? There are others scattered across the world, old souls with young faces, walking anomalies who've always felt time tick differently around them. They're not celebrities. They're not loud. They're watchers, healers, guides, hidden in plain sight. Sometimes you meet them and feel an instant connection. You don't need to explain anything. They just know because they've seen the same dreams, heard the same calling, felt the same ache of being in the wrong era. The universe sends you signs, but in silence. You see repeated numbers, 1111, 444. You get strange chills when no wind blows. And in moments of solitude, your heart whispers, you've done this before, because you have. In another life, you may have been a monk, a seer, a warrior, a priestess. But now, you are cloaked in disguise of a normal human, living a scripted life in an unscripted destiny. The system wants you distracted. Jobs, bills, news, drama. But none of that feels real, does it? Because it isn't. You were never meant to just exist. You were meant to awaken. Your soul signed a contract to return now, during a time of massive spiritual war. A war not of guns or bombs, but of consciousness. Good versus evil. Light versus illusion. Truth versus the manufactured reality. They feed you. You see through it all, and that scares them. Because a chosen one who remembers is unstoppable. But here's the secret. You're not here to fight them. You're here to outshine them. By healing, by creating, by remembering who you are. A traveler not bound by flesh, but guided by divine mission. And maybe you'll still feel alone sometimes. But when the veil lifts, when this era collapses into the next, you'll see you were never alone. You were always ahead. Because the life of a time traveler doesn't begin with birth. It begins when you wake up. And now, you're waking up. If deep inside, you've always felt different, like you never truly belonged, Maybe it's because you weren't meant to. You're here for a mission, a timeline, a purpose. And if this message hit your soul, it wasn't by accident. Hit that subscribe button because you've just awakened. And this is just the beginning. Be honest. Have you ever felt like you don't belong in this world? Like your soul was meant for a different time? If yes, just drop a yes in the comments. Let's see how many chosen ones are out there. And if this story touched something deep inside you, give it a like, share it with someone who feels the same, and hit that subscribe button because the next story might just unlock your true mission.